G, I show up so that he can stop telling me to to come and learn again. But that changed my life, and I took, halfway through the presentation, I decided to sign up right away, and I gave him my credit card so he can sign up for my security license, book my convention, and all that stuff, just on that one credit card. And I know that I want to learn, I want to change. I didn't want to work, and that scared me that if I have to run the salon for the rest of my life. So I went to convention right away, and then right away there was a trainer tour, and then there was a contest that we able to get 10 recruits in a month, 30 days. We will create, it was called trainer 10 10 30, something like that. And if you get 10 recruits and 10 account in 30 days, you'll be able to have a picture with Coach Swan Win in Vegas. And I was not licensed, but I was qualified. And I took my mom there. And after that, I actually took a tour across the US for a few other cities as well, to that trainer tour back then in 2003. So I'm one of those who late bloomer. They said every flower have her own time to bloom. So I think I'm still blooming right now. Still take my time to shine. 2005. After that, I really want to do the business, so I moved back to the city, which is an hour and a half away from where my nail salon. Close what I have, and then of course get married, have my baby, and he came in 2007, and that's my even stronger motivation. And then of course, many of you probably I know that a lot of time when you run a business, you make money already. Your family think you're crazy. When you're ready to make money, you have a family, and you decide to. They said you're crazy. A lot of them against me, include my spouse. They don't support, but I say, you know what? I want to make sure that I, do what I want to do. Took me in with open arms, and I worked with him for 14 years until COVID hit, and then that's why we opened our own financial center. But through the 14 years with Jack, that's how I put my small MD with no team by myself, with a new baby, work two jobs, get promoted to SMD through the energy and GOG, and slowly get my way to green jackets and earn 100,000, and struggling between 150 to 180. And then COVID hit, I qualified for Titan X, so I saw the income jump a little bit. But in 2021, some, thing happened with my family. I lost my mom, so of course my momentum set back again. But regardless what, in myself, I know that believe in WFG, WSP. This is what I want to do. And through the years, with 22 years, my accomplishment, which is myself, the investment, but also the trip that I took with myself, my extended family, my team, over 18 to 20 countries so far, which is phenomenal. We took a lot of trip with the team and so on. And then we're looking for more, thanks to WSP, WFG, and of course the National Financial Literacy Campaign. We live the life, we travel the world, live the dream and travel the world. But now, my biggest motivation was also my son. You can see that feeling the future. I didn't know that March 2003 when I joined, actually starting the future for my next generation, which is my son. So he was actually with me in the last three conventions, and he was on and off stage with me to pick up some, for the awards and so on. And he turned 18 next month, so I'm gonna have him join. He wanted to join. He told me, because he said he liked what he saw, and he's also wants to like the flexible schedule, and he liked to be hanging around with the team and with his mom when he go to college as well. So again, if you cut me open, you see 3 3 30, you see 30 by 30, you see WSP and so on. But anyway, that's just a little bit about myself today. And definitely, I'm not here to talk about myself. I just want to share what we have going through, and as a campaigner, and keep going and fighting. I'm working to wrap up my $250,000 and aiming for $500,000 by end of the year, and I want to also hit CEO by the end of the year. Okay, but anyway, it's my honor to introduce the first speaker of the night. I met her out in I believe that was out not 2019 and Israel trip. And I was with my mom. We celebrate the gala night. And I would try to take a picture with my mom. And there was a lady, she came around, she said, would you like me to help you take picture? I know her by the name, by the number, and all that stuff, but I met her in the person. And I said, oh my God, WSB leaders, the bigger they are, the higher level they are, the more humble and sweet they are. I said, oh my God. So it's my honor to introduce the first speaker, Miss Tiffany Key, and she's from Flushing Financial Center. Her background is accounting, 16 years in the business, and she is right now with EVC from Flushing Financial Center. So everybody, please put your hands together and welcome EVC, Tiffany Key from Flushing.
Right, good evening, WSB. Good evening. Can you hear me, Kim? Yes. Yes. Hello? Can you hear me, Kim?
Yes,
Yes,
we got you.
loud and clear.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you. So, good evening, WSB. This is Tiffany. So from New York. Yes, I'm in the this 16 years. This is time flies, right? So I still remember first time I joined the business, and there's I don't know anybody, I don't know nothing about the business, but after attending a convention, so I able to know more about our business platform and our company, and which really stretching my vision. And then so I decide to quit my full-time job, be full-time in this business from quit my accounting job, and then so right now 16 years. And today I want to share with you about talk about the smart money order, right? So let me share my screen first. Yeah. Okay. You can see my screen, right? WSB.
Yes, we can see it.
All right. Yeah, we talk about smart money. So I mean, we are in the financial education platform, right? So every day we go out, we campaign, we share the financial literacy. So what is a smart money order? I mean, every day we working hard to earn money, but few are trained to keep it, right? So we're going to discuss the order of your financial decision, which could be silently cost you thousands every year. So we need to plan out in the smart way. So what is a smart money? Which is a strategic way to help you access and lower financial pressure. I think that's what we do every single day, right? So we're planning for our financial future. So learn how to save money, and then make sure we save money in the right places. And at the same time, able to help us to save tax, to minimizing paying the tax, right? And then so to help us to straight out our financial future. So we need to look at it. So we make money. So where is our dollar goes, right? So first, what's the problem? So where is our money goes, right? So let's first look at the average household, the U.S. household spending in the U.S. Look at here. This is from the 2010 to 2023. You can see the annual household spending, right, from 48,000 and then up to 2023 is 77,000. This annual household income expense. So where does this money go into, right? So tax, debt, expense, and all the lifestyle creep, right? So eat away our money's earnings. So most people, right, only save what's left. The second, right, this monthly expense. Of course, the highest spending is on the housing, right? And transportation, personal pension, healthcare, and you can see all the entertainment, everything, right? So, but so we can save, right, a tremendous amount of money if we know how to prioritize using our money, right? But look at the backward of the money flow trap. Why people are checking, right? So this is the trap most people unknowingly fall into. So we earn income, but then what? We earn, and then of course, let's say we're receiving the paycheck. So we're gonna pay the tax first, all right? So paying the tax, and then what? and then just keep spending, right? And then spend all the money, spending on the bills, on the lifestyle, right? And then so leaving nothing for the wealth building. So this just isn't inefficient. It's actually it's a misaligned, right? So long-term liquidity pressure, stress, and the feeling of never getting ahead. So when you receive the paycheck, you pay the tax, you pay all the bill, and then you just save leftovers. So what's causing the problem with this the traditional habits, right? So there's no saving discipline, and then we have high taxes, and then poor liquidity when we need the money. So we don't have any emergency fund saving, and then always left behind, right? So that's why. So we have to make sure we have to save the money, make sure we move the money around in a smart way, right? So we call the smart money order. So when we earn our money, right, first, or maybe we say you go to pay the tax, right, reduce paying the tax, pay the bill, and then maybe you can save. Still have a lot of money left, you can save again. So the benefits by, right, move money around, right, and then so in the smart way, so you build your assets faster, and then you're able to control your money, and then reduce tax burden. You know, so tax is one of the highest, right? So we need to pay. So, but we cannot avoid paying the tax, but we always can minimizing paying the tax, right? And then we'll access money when needed. Okay, more liquidity. So let's look at example, right? So why some people we both go to work, we get same paycheck, but have different path, right? So let's take a look. Same paycheck, different path. Let's look at let's say Miss Strategic, right? So she very smart, and then start to get a paycheck, and then so pay herself first, treat herself as a one-off expense, and then utilize all the tax advantage tools, right? Save money in the tax deferred account, tax-free account, right? So builds liquidities, and then plus tax deferred growth. So gains compound growth year over year, right? And then so live in financial peace and then flexibility. But look at the Miss Tradition, right? So Miss Tradition got the paycheck and then spend first, right? So go out and then buy all the things they wanted, not needs, right? And then so relies on checking and credit cards. No emergency fund at all, right? So credit card is their emergency fund, right? And living paycheck to paycheck. And then always playing financial catch up. So financial stress and uncertainty. So which one has bright future, better future, right? Definitely Miss Strategic, right? So because of the planning, right? So have a better future. So now, so we talk about the smart money order, right? So I mean, there's doesn't matter where you save our money, right? Or invest your money. There's only 3 buckets, all right? We can save our money. So the first bucket is called tax now. That's like when I joined the business. Before I joined the business, even though I'm an accountant, right, working in a CPA firm, go to school, major in accounting, but majority of this financial concept actually I never know, right? That's why. So when I first time I heard about this financial concept, I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing, right? So if I never heard about this before, what about people in my community? I look at my parents. That's why. So I make a decision quickly jump into this platform to learn. So majority of us, right? So we put the money in the tax now account, which checking, saving, CD, stocks, mutual fund, right? And then property rental income. So you gotta pay tax now, which you're making the money, right? At that year, you're gonna pay tax now. And the second bucket, right? So we save our money, it's called tax deferred or tax later account. So like 401k, 403b, IRA account, right? Annuity, pension, SEP IRA, right? Social Security. So when you receive the Social Security, yes, you're gonna pay tax, right? And then investment property on the capital gain, right? So this is our tax later buckets. And then another one we can save our money called tax advantage or tax-free account. So it has what? Roth 401k, right? Roth IRA, Roth 403p, and then 529 saving college saving plan or health saving accounts. And then if you properly, right, we call 7702, which is you properly structure the life insurance, the cash value in the life insurance, right? It can be tax advantage, and then also long-term care benefits, right? So how we structure, so prioritize our money. So we educate, right, our friends, family members. We need to prioritize our money, right? Maybe we move our money into tax, maximize the tax advantage account. And then we go to tax later account or tax defer account. And then last, we go to tax now account, right? So the tax bucket strategy, first, we need to fill up the tax level, tax-free account first. Once we fill out all these buckets, all right, and then we go to our next bucket, which is tax later, tax defer account. And then finally, and then we fill out the tax now account. So this is how we prioritize our money. So I just want to show you an example. So if save money in the tax now account, tax defer account, or tax-free account, tax advantage account, what's the difference, right? Showing in the one of the example, just show you the for the purpose, right? And look at this spreadsheets. Okay, so there's we look at on the all the way on the left side. So assuming, okay, just example. So the person say $1, right? And then the $1 double every single year for 20 years, right? So you look at $1, if you double 20 years without tax, right? At year 20, the dollar will grow to over $1 million, right? That's the power of the compound interest, right? Double every single year, just assuming, okay? And then, so what if you paying the tax? For example, I'm in New York, right? So tax rate is very high. So let's say the state tax 28% tax brackets. If you pay the tax every single year, tax now account, right? Every single year you earn, you pay tax. So at year 20, with 28 tax brackets, so you only have what? Not $500,000 left. It's only $51,000 left. What about 33% tax brackets? Then you only have what? $28,000 left. As some guy look at this chart, say, "Oh my God, $500,000? No, no $500,000, not 280,000. It's what? $28,000 left, right? But what if you can find a tax defer account, right? So let's say we have at year 20, it's over $1 million, right? So we pay tax when we, right? And then at the last year we take the money out. Then let's say, for example, 30%, then we still have what? $700,000 in our account. Right, it's better than 28,000, better than 51,000. That's why, so it's very important, crucial for us to learn all this financial knowledge, right, and how to prioritize on our money. So, and then there's we say a common mistake which costs you $1,000, right? So no matter how much you earn, right, how much you make, and then so the following mistake will probably drain your wealth faster than you can rebuild it. Okay, so first we say mistake number 1, right? So saving too little, too late. You delay or skip strategic savings. Let me wait, right? And then we say procrastination. So waiting until later often becomes a lever starting. So, and then we want to try to avoid that mistake. And mistake number 2, so paying more taxes, right? So tax leakage. Most people react to tax instead of planning for them, right? So no proactive tax planning, so which equal lifetime wealth leak. So you look at this like money back, right? Everybody have your own money back, right? But if you don't properly, right, manage your money, so it's leaking, right? So it's leaking. So your money back not going to fill up, never going to fill up, right? So we were going to glue that hole, right? Make sure not leaking. And mistake number 3, so relying solely on the earned income. No passive income, right? No protected or tax-free cash flow, right? So over rely on the earned income. And then mistake number 4, so no system at all, right? Random effort, don't build wealth, right? So have no financial structure or planning. So income without direction leads to instability, right? So every day we heard about compound interest, the rule 72, right? So we say compound interest work for you, but so do compound mistakes if left unchecked, right? Same thing. So now we learn we have to avoid this mistake, all right? And then so 4 moves you can do, right now. So you can make small shifts, bigger result if done in the right order, right? So what we can do, right? So we will talk about power bronze. So now we know the the smart money order, right? So that's what we talk about what you can do right now, right? And then to help you to build up your financial planning faster, right? Build your assets first. So first, so we say automate pay yourself first. Yes, so we know how to pay ourselves first, right? But many times, so we are lacking of the discipline, right? So we're not able to save what consistently. Meaning we save every month, every day, right? So it's better for you to set a recurring transfer to a saving plan. Doesn't matter where you save, right? So before you spend, just automatically transfer to a saving plan, right? And then number two, right? So we say review your tax exposure zones. So how much is in the taxable account? The tax now, right? Tax deferred or tax-free account. So how much you have? Where do you save your money, right? So are you prioritizing? Are you fill out the tax-free account bucket first, right? And then go to tax deferred, tax now. And then number three, right? So what? So identify a leak in your cash flow. Are you unknowingly overspending or under planning? Right? So look at your we say look at your budgeting sheet, right? So everyone should have your what? So your spreadsheet, right? So how much you make, how much you spend, and then you need to budget it every single day, right? And then number four, schedule a strategic money review. We say don't DIY, right? Your future without proper financial knowledge and planning, right? So just a strategic review can save you years of trial and error. So small change in order to create massive change in the outcomes. Good thing, right? So in our platform, so we're able to learn all this financial knowledge, right? And then so we're able to helping ourselves, right, to reach our financial goals. And at the same time, we're able to go out, right, to helping more families to reach their financial goals. So it's not about working harder, right? It's about keeping more of every dollar you have already earned. We say wealth doesn't come from income alone, right? It comes from what? In the right order, right? Structure and smart allocation, right? So we say it's not what you earn, it's what you keep, grow, and protect. And what you keep depends on the order, the small order, how you prioritize your money, right? So that's why, so attend all the workshops we provide on the weekly basis and learn to become your own money manager and then able to go out to campaign every single day, right? Thank you. That's our share.
Awesome, awesome. I believe everybody, here for a treat, and you took a lot of notes for us. We busy writing. So let me bring us to Canada. Anybody want to go to Canada?
Yeah.
Okay, so let introduce our next speaker. Let's see, Mr. Woody, a boy from Valiant Financial Center. He's gonna talk to us about entrepreneur mindset. Any entrepreneur in the house?
Yeah.
All right, let's take over. The floor is yours.
Awesome. Thank you very much, guys. Let's all stand up. All financial centers, let's all stand up and do the wash. Wash! World team, one dream, one system, one cause. Good evening, World System Builders. Wow. Thank you very much, Kim, for that warm introduction. Just a little bit of story about Kim, because she was actually one of my colleagues, one of the qualifiers for the Hong Kong project back in 2018, where it actually really provided us a lot of inspiration to hit our green jacket. It's been a while, Kim. It's been 7 years, and I'll tell you guys that Kim, if you put her in the room, she's the most excited. And even for Tiffany, your message with regards to the smart money order, it always never fails to impress our guests, the people that the families that we help, because it feels like the tax now, tax later, tax advantage has been a well-kept secret. But you know what? It's because of the financial literacy campaign that we make it as mainstream information, so that people would be able to strategically reposition their money where it actually works. So As Kim mentioned, my name is Woody Boy. I've been here in Canada for 14 years now, and in the business, I've been doing this for 10 years. So this is already my 10th year in the business. I remember that I was coded September 2015, and now it feels like yesterday that lots of people have actually gone by, and then lots of families that we've helped. But it really and truly grounded me to the very mindset that brought us to this campaign, which is more of becoming an entrepreneur. And that is the reason why, before I even get into the weeds of being an entrepreneur, and this is kind of like a reminder for all of you guys, that, well, let's play a little exercise, shall we? And I know that these people are very familiar faces to you, so let's actually guess who these people are. First, who are these people? John and Julie Wu, right, from California, and they actually lead the Worldwide Legacy Builders, and they're actually spread across all of North America. I know that we have Adeolu, we have Johnson, all of those wonderful people that we met. And then, of course, who's this next couple? Arlex and Gloria Flores, right? And they actually lead Team WSB Latino, okay? They're actually getting a lot of milestones lately, so congratulations to all of you guys. Who's the next one? Victor and Joy Salvador, right? So they actually lead Team Victory, and they're also based in Oak Brook, which we always emulate their culture, great culture there. And of course, we also have the Nguyen family. So we have Alicia, Andrew, who actually leads A-Team. So all of us, A-Team, right? And of course, we have Coach Swan and then Coach Swa, who's actually leading the entire WSB community. So I wanted to today, which is all about entrepreneurship. But before that, allow me to share with you a quick video before we get started with our main discussion. So here you go.
You have a chance in both entrepreneurship as well as in intrapreneurship to create things. But I think most of all, the exciting thing about being an entrepreneur is that you have the opportunity to create jobs and legacy.
For me, the choice of being an entrepreneur or an employee is not as simple as that. For me, it's more about the passion you have. Do I see the purpose in what I'm doing?
When you're an employee, you're going to join a mission that's already been defined. But when you're the entrepreneur, you're defining that mission. And so you have complete control on the problem that you're solving and how you build a business. I think both options are very noble pursuits, but the choice comes down to what is your risk appetite. And for me, I was comfortable to take a risk and really build something that I was passionate about.
Being an entrepreneur exposes you to many different facets of the business, which you might not generally get if you're working in a larger organisation, where your brief is generally a lot more specific.
I was an entrepreneur from a very early stage in Scouts. We had something called Bob a Job Week, where you had to go and do work for people in the community, and they paid you for that. And I won our scouting competition for the most amount of money achieved. And later on, that continued during my scouting career. I come from a family business background, and from that perspective, we were always working for ourselves and not, in that sense, for anybody else.
As an entrepreneur, you tend to have very few resources, and part of the game, part of the fun is spotting the opportunities and knitting them together. Being an entrepreneur is not all a bed of roses, and I think you really have to enjoy the daily pressure. You've really got to be a person that sort of responds to the prods and responds to the no's and to the letdowns.
There's nobody there to tell you, prioritize this, fill out this spreadsheet, or fill out this PowerPoint. You're doing the spreadsheet, you're doing the PowerPoint because you need to do it, because you have a meeting, you need to close a deal, and you will see a direct impact to the bottom line of your business.
For me, it's the excitement of it. You're taking something from an idea in your head into a product, and then you're going out and selling that, in my case, to quite large organisations. And there's a whole rush you get from it, which you don't get from working within a small or large corporation.
And I realized that I just wanted to follow my dreams instead of getting paid to help someone follow theirs.
Okay, perfect. So are we all guys entrepreneurs here? Raise your hand. Absolutely. And that is the reason why like I didn't want to reiterate whatever the people from the video actually mentioned. But when I started here in this organization back in 2015, I was an employee, right? Earning $60,000 a year. I was actually okay, right? But then again, as I got into this beautiful world of entrepreneurship, it's a whole different animal, I would say. It's a whole different landscape. And I got to realize that there are actually a lot of stark differences between one being an employee and another one being an entrepreneur. So that is why let's talk about the differences between an employee and an entrepreneur. First one is an employee. Obviously, you work for someone else, right? But an entrepreneur, it's actually all about you, working for yourself and working for your family. On the other hand, an employee actually builds the stockholder streams, the boss streams. But entrepreneur, you build your own and your family streams. Next, for an employee, you try to climb the corporate ladder. You start first from rank and file, and then supervisor, manager, director, senior director, etc. But as an entrepreneur, it is more about scaling your income. It's all about distribution, right? Next one is for an employee, you always depend on your boss. Boss, can I get a raise? Boss, where do I go to this? Like, can you teach me this? Can you teach me that? But as an entrepreneur, it's all about being independent. After all, guys, we came here to the beautiful continent of North America to become financially independent. So that's why not become independent, right? Next one is work to live on the weekend. Every time, hey, you know what? Like even for some people, they will say, yes, I have the long weekend, Monday off or Friday off. And then even on Saturday and Sunday, they go on barbecues, etc., etc. And then the dreaded Sunday night. Oh my gosh, I'm going to work again, right? But for an entrepreneur, guess what? You work to live your dreams. Actually, being an entrepreneur, there is no weekends. Your weekends is the day that you don't have a lot of activities. So sometimes your an employee's Saturday and Sunday could be your Tuesday and Wednesday, right? It could be different. And then the next one is an employee always sticks to a schedule. For example, Monday to Friday, 8 to 5, or for some people like nurses, maybe from Wednesday to, it's kind of like shifting, 4 days on, 4 days off, etc. But an entrepreneur, it's all about disciplining yourself because whenever that the client calls you or whenever that the family calls you, whenever that the coaches call you, anytime, 24/7, right? And then of course, an employee will always stick in their comfort zone, but an entrepreneur is always taking a big risk, okay? So let me try to play out social media for all of you guys. Here, of course, in Facebook, anybody in Facebook or Instagram? Right? Yes. I hope I don't date myself. No one from Friendster or no? Okay, or MySpace. Okay, so here you go. So you tell people or you post in Facebook or in social media that, hey, I got the job. So you're very, very happy. And then you'll see in Facebook, 800 likes and then 133 comments. Congratulations, 100%. You have all of these balloons and everything. We celebrate. But then again, on the other side of the fence, as an entrepreneur, you say that I started my own business. Let's talk about financial literacy. Let's talk about financial independence. But then again, you'll see here that you only get 4 likes and 2 comments. And sometimes the 2 comments is coming from your mom and your sister, right? Or sometimes it could be someone who just said that, okay, yeah, just for the sake of it, right? Do we relate to this kind of story? This is the world of entrepreneurship, guys. But hey, I just wanted to share with you one really stark difference as well of what most people are at right now or where few people are situated. First one is some people are risk averse, but some people are opportunity takers. You have to identify yourself which among the two would you be falling under. Next one, a person who has a short-term expectation, they just wanted to earn $500 or $1,000 a month, which is actually okay. But then again, you'll see here a person who actually sees that I wanted to have or build a big business. Next one is waiting for instructions. I hope that my boss talks to me, but if he doesn't talk to me, okay, I'll just wait. But this one, they think for themselves. They're always on their feet. What's the strategy? Next one is giving up easily. One rejection or one, like even if your mother or father says that, no, that is not for you, they will give up easily. Next, persistent and determined. Which are you? Do you give up easily or are you persistent and disciplined? Next, do you seek externally for strength and inspiration, or are you that person that you want to look and stay grounded for inspiration and strength? And we also have find comfort in stability, or are you that person that are you willing to push the envelope because there's only one life to live, right? And even for this, like we also have, they always think that, oh my gosh, G25, oh my gosh, launch convention again, I'm gonna spend again. It's always a cost in the eyes of some people. But other people will say that, you know what? In order for you to make money, you need to spend money, right? Or invest money. So that is why you'll also say here, some people will say that, I want to wait for the right time. I hope that that right time will come. But for those people on the other side of the fence, the right time is now. So you'll see here that where most people are, and thank you, Alex Chan, for that, type B. This, where very few people are type A. Anybody here who are type A's? Yeah. Everybody are type A's here, but let's see, okay? So, I wanted to share with you that, hey, you know what? People join the business because it's very flexible. But because they want to do whatever they like, after all, they're their own boss, right? But you'll see here that they do their own thing. Like sometimes they attend the meeting, sometimes they don't, sometimes they're late, sometimes they're not on uniform, sometimes they are on uniform. Whatever their mood is, because I am my own boss. I am an entrepreneur. But you'll see here, the problem is, sometimes whenever they call it flexible, most people end up doing nothing. So we just came from G25, which is 1.5 weeks, 1.5 weeks ago. So what have you already done from the time that you came from the convention? Like, are you thinking of taking your sweet time, or are you really taking hold of your next 3 months so that we could qualify for the GX retreat as well as the Kuhuna retreat at Coach's house? One of the things that I really like about what Coach Alicia mentioned in one of the calls is that our business is flexible. That's actually obvious. However, it doesn't mean that it's flexible. It's also convenient. Do not mistake flexibility for convenience, because sometimes, even though that it's flexible, you still need to be disciplined and focus in your business so that you could see results, okay? So I wanted to show you a number, okay? 5754. This is not Lotto Max, right? This is actually a number that's very significant to me today, Jeff and myself today. Because since the very start, from the past 10 years that we've been here in the business, we have, for the total team, coded, recruited 5,754 people for the past 10 years. But then again, you would all agree with me, and this is WSB talk, right? Do you think that we have 5,754? If we have that many people here right now, we'll have our own convention, right? But there's only just a few people that's actually left from the 5754. Therefore, you know what? I quit. Said those people who are no longer here. Because within the first 72 hours, for those of you on Zoom, who were actually coded in the past 72 hours, you could say that you'll quit. A new campaigner talks to 10 to 20 of their friends and relatives, and guess what they are going to hear? Every negative criticism in the world. Most can't survive the... You're always expecting that, okay, I'll follow up, and then they'll say that, okay, yes, it's gonna happen, and then last minute, they're gonna turn off the lights on you, right? So they might bring 1 or 2 people, but unfortunately, the recruit quits, so they say that 3 quits, but 4 3 quits, but 4 die really, right? Because you also quit, right? Next one is within the first year. So if you've survived 72 hours, you've survived 30 days, what about the first year? Within the first year, a handful will stay. They recruit some people, get licensed, and begin to go out in the field. They make a few solutions once in a while and go to meetings and conventions occasionally. Super excited, right? They like the business but find it too tough. They rarely close. Their team is not committed. Their spouses don't give them support. Some people are actually reacting already. Their spouses don't give them support little by little. It's kind of like killing me softly, right? So are they still here? So it's kind of like you say to your upline or you say to your friend, it's not you, it's me, right? It's kind of like a breakup, right? But let's take a look at this. You're not for real until you last. It says 18 months. As with any, that for some people, they could actually relate to this because it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I hope, I pray, right? But guess what, guys? There are no miracles here if you're not doing anything. This is not a get-rich-quick scheme. But you need to want it bad enough so that you could work hard, and then you must give your business total and unequivocal commitment. So that's why, hey, who here has lasted more than 3 years so far? Yes? Loud and proud? Well, you're not yet 5 years. Okay? So, like the first 2 years is survival mode, right? The best thing you learn was not to get discouraged by all the negativity shot at you every day. But the next 2 years, work, right? And then becoming full-time, become a good producer, build discipline and winning habits, and even earning your first $100,000 income, learning to follow the system. So it's all about this lead up to being a system builder. Okay, a system builder wherein you're continually building your strong base shop, building a strong foundation for a big hierarchy, and you become a major earner, and then you are staying on track to your dream. At the end of the day, all of us guys, you are here in this meeting right now because you have that big dream. Try to stay grounded to that dream that while you wanted to become your own boss, it's because you wanted to take the opportunity to hold your future and take charge of your future. So that is why I wanted to do one of the things that I've learned, like all of you guys know Mia Magallan. So she's kind of like a household name already, right? Because she really emphasized about this being a family-centric business, because we cannot make a difference for families until we help our own family first. Well, isn't it a wonderful feeling that your family is involved in the business? So that's why whenever that you're having conversations with people, whenever that you're doing Fast Start with people, you need to always involve the spouse, the influential person, the child, whoever is actually providing that influence and support and engagement to that person to become successful. So, which mindset do you and your family have? Mom or dad are going to work, or mom or dad is going out to do good things for our family or for other families out there. And the main reason we are here is because we're doing something good for our family. I wanted to share with you just a few more slides here, which is we feel as though being an entrepreneur is roses and daisies. It's always a straight line. However, this is kind of like what usually happens. The darker line is what we are going through. Regardless whether or not you've been here for 5 years, 10 years, 1 month, 2 months, 1 day, 2 days, this is what you'll be experiencing. And for every moment that you want to quit, always make a decision. Do you think that WSB is just a hobby, or is this really something that would make your family financially secure, right? So that is why I wanted to show you this. One last item here. I did a study of all, at a certain month, I forgot what month this is, but you'll see on the first column the category of how much income earners we have for $10,000 to $20,000 or like a $5,000 to $10,000. So we have MDs, SMDs, associates and training associates. So wherein MDs are actually earning 10 to 20K or 5 to 10K. Associates are earning 3 to 5K, 2 to 3K, and then even 1 to 2K. But guess what? there are also, unfortunately, some people, some SMBs who are just earning $500 to $1,000 a month, right? Or some people, MDs, 8 of them, 500 to 1,000, and it gets worse and worse and worse, right? So as an entrepreneur, do titles matter? Even if we are EVCs, but at the end of the day, it's really your work ethic that would dictate what a solid business would look like. All about belief, dedicated business hours, which is your trainer guidebook. You have your prospecting, inviting, contacting, presentation, even your GX and Titan X. Are you qualifying a month in and month out? Even building GX, not only qualifying yourself, but helping people become MD Builder, Kahuna, and Big Kahuna. So that is why here, at the end of the day, all of these things as an entrepreneur is always measured in vision. Because if you have a small vision, you can only be driven to small action. Massive vision brings you to massive action. No vision, no action. And this is what I wanted to share with you, last 2 slides. According to the famous anonymous person, who we cannot name at this time, he or she said, "It costs nothing to think bigger than you are, but costs a fortune to think less of yourself." And that is the reason why our call to action, WSB, is that first is we need to qualify for the GX retreat. You have 3 months to qualify for the GX retreat, and let's all dominate and let's all be there in Gold Street and try to learn from the best of the best and be in collaboration with all of the leaders, all of the strategic campaigners that you have there, and make sure that you bring more, because at the end of the day, guys, this is your future, and we will also see you in Coach's House. So that is why for all of our leaders here, make sure that you qualify, because this is an event that you should not miss. So with that said, let's all go entrepreneurs. Let's go GX and Titan X.
Wow. Amazing. The clock, I said, do not stop. It's just amazing. Keep going, keep going. So that's what's amazing for both of the EBC. You know, the background, both of them was, one is accountant and one is CPA, which is Mr. Woody. And basically talk about the entrepreneurs, the way they took the step they did. That's why the EBC earn multi, in 7-figure income earners and leading Titan X for the last 5 years, and amazing, amazing. So thank you so much. We are so lucky to learn from both of you. And that concludes our team meeting tonight. Thank you.
Recording stop.